I didn't sleep at all last night. He makes my feet as the feet of a deer. He causes me to stand on heights. Psalms 18:33. So basically what I'm going to do is sit up here on this hill and watch over this bottom down here and watch over across the creek. Been seeing a pretty nice deer. I've seen him the other day. He was on another property, which I don't have permission to shoot over there at the moment. And then the very next day, he popped his head up down here on my father-in-law's property. And I only caught just a quick glimpse of him, and started to dial my scope in. And he just disappeared. I don't know if he laid down, turned and walked back into the woods. I don't know what happened, but there was probably 10 deer on this hillside, and some wild dogs came out and started running all the deer off. So hopefully that won't happen again tonight, and hopefully I can sit here and find me a good deer. The most important thing that you have to watch when you're doing this by yourself is not only are you looking for the deer that you want to shoot, but you're constantly having to monitor the wind and the wind direction. You know, a 3 or 4 mile an hour wind change and direction change could easily push your bullet off 20 inches downrange. And you know, it's really important that when you do this, that you make 100% certain that your decision is correct and that you have your scope dialed in for that. And with any luck, that big buck will poke his head out tonight, and I'll be able to get a good shot at him. The rifle that I've chose to shoot is Savage Model 10 6.5 Creedmoor. I've got a Vortex HST scope on it. I absolutely love it. I shoot this rifle quite often, all the way out to 940 yards, and every now and then I can find a place where I can get exactly 1,000. But around here where I live at, it's hard to shoot past that. So from what I can see right now, I've got some deer over here on this hill. I'm gonna go on, lay down, get a range on it, and start dialing my scope in, and hopefully it'll get me a shot here. Broken-hearted. It's a pretty good sized deer. I'm just not a poacher. I don't trespass, and and I got my phone out and I tried calling the landowner. I couldn't get a hold of him. I was going to beg and cry and offer to pay him, but that's how it goes. Well, I don't know how well you can see this, but it's back to raining, and I did speak to the landowner about 10 minutes too late yesterday, and he said because of my honesty and that I didn't go on and shoot that deer on his property without permission, that I now have permission. So with any luck, I'll see that deer today. So this buck comes out about 740 yards, and I'm sitting here watching him thinking that he's the smaller deer that I seen yesterday, and apparently when I was trying to get everything done, get on camera, I just got confused. It looks like by the impact I'm a little far back, but I can't decide if that's where I hit him or if it's just fur flying and going off into the wind. I really think I got his lungs. You know, he really didn't go very far, and if it had been a bad shot, I think he would have went a lot farther. So I'm gonna go on and call it as a good shot. So I watched this deer for about 5 or 6 minutes, and his head kept bobbing up and down a little bit. So I felt like I should go on and put another round in him and finish him off. There's no sense in an animal suffering. And right after this shot, I had 2 other hunters, believe it or not, come up to the fence, and I really wish I had them on video, because I don't know why they were walking over towards my deer. I don't know if they were trying to take claim of it, or maybe they seen that big one too and thought that I shot the big one. But either way, they, you know, really need to keep to themselves until I get the opportunity to get my deer, and then ask me all the questions they want to. I kind of felt like it was kind of a crappy thing to do. Well, I was sitting in the barn, and my deer's laying over on the hill. I seen him fall. So the problem is I might be heartbroken. It looks like when he fell that one of his antlers might be broke off. And I'm really hoping that ain't what the case is. I'm hoping he's a good solid 8, possibly a 10. From where I was sitting and looking through the scope, he looked like a really good deer. I'm really hoping that the deer I seen and the deer I shot is the same 2 deer. Well, as hard as it is as a hunter, you've got to follow every rule that the state sets. And you shoot a deer, you got to claim your deer. Unfortunately, I did not shoot the deer that I was intending to shoot. It was my fault. Low light, I was by myself, and I'm heartbroken, but hey, it's a deer and it will be eaten. I just really wish it would have been that one that I was watching earlier. As a hunter, I can't shoot on somebody else's property. I could have easily shot that deer yesterday, but that's not the rules. So the farmer did call me back. He did give me permission to shoot the deer, and were so many deer on that hill running around this morning. So even some I didn't even get on camera. And when I went back to look at the camera to make sure, check focus and all that, make sure I was on the deer, I just put it on the wrong deer. And that's hunting. I've had a bunch of people tell me that I should have shot that deer on that other person's property, and that when I shot this deer by mistake, I should just walked away. I truly hope as hunters you all never consider that. That's just not the right thing to do.